Hello everyone, welcome to Fiaura, and we're going to be looking at this bad boy today, the M1 Abrams. The standard M1 Abrams comes with a 105, by the way. This is not the A1 with the upgraded gun. This is the Tier 7. As you guys asked me to review it. So, move my camera. Let's take a look at a fully equipped Abrams versus I believe it's fully equipped, versus my variant of a fully equipped Challenger, a fully equipped Leopard 2, and a fully equipped T80. Let us begin with the look. So here we have the T80 against the Abrams. How do they stack up? So, T80, higher damage, higher penetration, expected with all the 125mm guns. Higher damage per minute. Okay, didn't exactly expect that one. Are they equipped with the same commander? They are equipped with the same commander. So even with, well, without the upgraded loader, once the loader starts getting trained up and upgraded, then this T80 will not have a higher DPM. Hit points! Abrams. Overall armor thickness. Side, front, and rear goes to the Abrams. Turret. The front of the T80 turret is physically thicker, but not as well angled, and isn't made of the same composite. So the Abrams wins side, rear, and front of the turret. I will also make it important to note that this 250 side turret armor is not universal on the Abrams, whereas the side of the T80's turret is universally 160mm thick. Speed. This thing is slow. I don't care that this is 72 top speed. You're going to see it be slow. Camouflage rating, T80. View range, Abrams. So, again, Abrams sitting still, outspots the T80. Abrams moving, T80 sitting still, T80 wins the spotting war. Gun depression off the front and sides is excellent. Off the rear is kind of, well, what depression? It actually only has elevation off the rear. Whoops! T80 has better depression off the rear, but not off the front or sides. Turret rotation. The T80's turret is snappy and quick. The Abrams turret is slow and ponderous. Reload time. The Abrams is going to be slamming rounds away all day long, and that will continue throughout the entire line. Accuracy spread. Abrams is more accurate. It is using smaller caliber gun that is basically a super enhanced version of the L7. Aim time. Better aim time. Just flat out better aim time. Alright, so we get that out of the way. Let's look at Abrams versus the Leopard 2. Now, as much as the Leopard 2 is my baby, DPM-wise, Abrams. Penetration and damage, Abrams. I even have the top ammunition. Abrams. Leopard. Do you have the top ammo equipped? I didn't think you did. I'm gonna have to stand corrected. I have been running you with stock ammunition. I feel ashamed. I feel ashamed. I feel ashamed. Bad Fiaura. I got Leopard 2 footage, and it's gonna be so sad that I'm gonna have Leopard 2 footage using stock ammo. Still did pretty good with the stock ammo, I gotta say. Alright, now you're equipped properly. So, look at this again when I reopen it. There we go. Okay, Leopard 2. Alpha and Pen goes to the Leopard 2 with its 120mm gun. DPM goes to the Abrams because it has a significantly higher rate of fire. Hit points. Well, the Leopard 2 doesn't get an armor retrofit, so if you want to burn your universal for hit points, that's up to you. I prefer to burn it to fire faster. So, hit points goes to the Abrams. Actual armor. On the hull, it's the Abrams. On the turret, the Leopard 2's turret is basically invulnerable. From the front and almost from the side, the Leopard 2's turret is just a brick. So, side armor of the Leopard 2, by the way, is absolute crap. Wait, does this Leopard 2 have the upgrade package either? Yeah, no it doesn't. The Leopard 2 A5 gets it though. Okay. Speed! Leopard 2 wins. better power to weight ratio, faster acceleration. Even if the Abrams has a top speed of 72 kph, this Tier 7 Abrams will never see 72 kph. Ever. You will never, ever, 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 ever manage to even get it above 50 unless you're going downhill. Whereas this Leopard, you can get it up to 68. You can actually get it up to its full top speed. View range versus camouflage. Abram actually beats the German viewports for once. So America beats Germany in terms of viewports just because of view range. They both have the same camouflage rating. Depression. The Abrams has better depression off the front and sides. Off the rear, well, at least the Leopard 2 doesn't have elevation. Turret traverse and hull traverse goes to the Leopard 2. Period. Reload time goes to the Abrams. Accuracy goes to the Abrams. Aim time actually goes to the Leopard 2. And this Abrams, as you guys can see, has like all sorts of stuff. And just, nope. Leopard 2 gets better aim time. Who knew? Now versus a fully equipped and upgraded Challenger. Damage on the Alpha goes to the Chally. Penetration goes to the Abrams. DPM goes to the Abrams. So this thing is a DPM machine. Be warned. Hull armor. Not the Abrams. Just no. And there's going to be, and I'm going to point out some very, very glaring weaknesses with this Abrams in a second. Hull armor goes to the Challenger. Turret armor goes to the Challenger. Hit points goes to the Challenger. Did you expect any different? Speed. The Abrams is marginally quicker than the Challenger. Marginally. Better gun depression off the front, sides, and rear for the Abrams. Turret traverse is actually slower than the Challenger's turret, and hull traverse of these two vehicles is almost identical. Reload time, Abrams reloads quicker. Challenger and the Abrams are fighting each other for accuracy spread to the nail, and the Challenger actually gets a better aim time. Yeah, Challenger actually gets a better aim time. So, now we know all of this in comparison to the two tanks. For those who don't know, the M1 Abrams was developed in 1989 as a successor to the XM1 project and the production model of the XM1. It originally had a 105mm gun. It first saw service in Desert Storm as the M1 A1, which has a 120mm gun and several upgrades to its armor. Now, there are some things about the Abrams you should know when playing one. For a start, the actual original M1 Abrams never saw combat. Only M1 A1s were deployed. So, yeah, this 105 version was never actually put into service. However, I imagine there are some countries who have used this 105 version. Let's talk about weak points. You see this entire plate here? It's relatively flat-ish. You are going to be the victim of so many guns through this front plate. Just this whole plate. Especially this lower section down here is just... it's buttery. It's hot knife through buttery time. T-80s, T-90s, Leopard 2s, Challenger 1s, Stingrays, Stingray 2, tank destroyers. They're going to love this lower plate on your tank. Your turret, not so much so. It's actually pretty damn well armored. However, as you can see, we can actually see the turret ring. That's a weak point. This driver's hatch is a critical hit point. This entire hatch, by the way, from the elevation up to the viewports, is a critical weak point. This gunner's sight is a partial damage weak point. This commander's hatch is a partial damage weak point. Your side armor is actually relatively thick at 155 effective millimeters of armor versus AP rounds. However, don't expect much more of your side to block stuff. More importantly, this engine housing, which starts right here as soon as the tank starts to elevate, this engine housing back here is only actually 80 millimeters thick on the side. Your turret is 250 millimeters thick with the composite bringing it all the way up to, I think, some absurd amount here, as we can see 388 millimeters on the side of the turret if they can get a flat shot. However, that armored turret side stops once you get past these maintenance boxes. Once you get past the two toolboxes on the side, this rear turret back here is actually only about 120, 130 mil thick. So if your turret is turned and they can see that back there, guess what? You're getting slapped in it. Same thing for this section back here. Above the side skirt is pretty thin and easy to penetrate. And again, this plate down here, if it's not angled, it's butter. It's so easy to punch it. I've punched it so many times myself and been punched in it. And it's supposed to be one of your thickest points of armor, but it's just not enough. As we can see, the hull armor here reads out at a whopping 403 millimeters. But I just showed you that every single tank at Tier 7 has more than 403 millimeters of penetration. Heck, the T-80 is 500. This will be penetrated over and over again, despite angling and composite armor. This just gets penned, and there's nothing you can do about it. You need to hide it. You need to use that superior gun depression. Now, also on the rear here, the engine, by the way, this entire engine housing, so this entire section back here, plus this section back here is all engine. If you shoot it, you can light them on fire, you can break the fuel tanks, you can destroy the engine and stop the mobility. If you get a shot in here at the driver, you will hurt the driver and hurt the turret ring. If you actually hit the turret ring, you will not only hurt the turret ring, you will damage the ammo racks. If you shoot this section back here, you can actually see the cellular ammunition storage equipment on top that will cause the ammunition to blow out and not kill the crew. Well, guess what? That means this rear turret section is where the ammunition is. So if you turn your turret too much, pen through the rear, you pay for it. Pay for it in spades. So, that is how to protect yourself as well as how to hurt this machine. Let's move to Commander Choice. Commander Choice. I quite frankly recommend Freya for my main battle tanks, but you can also go with Victor, Yuan, or even Philip for this one. Crew skills, which I don't have any of yet. The Abrams is such a high rate of fire machine, I recommend you fire on the move, i.e. don't even worry about aiming, just start spraying shots. So smooth ride is your first skill. Your second skill, off-road driving. You need that acceleration. This tank is slow. Gunner, shoot from the hip. Do the twist. Again, turret is slow. You need to be able to shoot while moving. Shoot from the hip. Just flat out. Don't worry about your aim time. Just fire it off your hip. Loader, rapid fire and explosive shells. You want to fire faster. You want your individual shells to do more damage. Ammunition count, I recommend 28 sabos, 20 heat, 2 HE. That's just how I equip it. The 2 HE is for, you know, something you can't penetrate at all or something that is really, really, really low health, just to blast it away. The heat rounds are mostly to be fired at AFVs and tank destroyers and artillery pieces, you know. And the saber rounds, of course, you know, everything with heavy armor. Standard consumable layout here, boys and girls. Unless you're willing to risk it, to risk your crew and not having spare parts for energy drinks and protein bars, go with standard layout. I would not remove the fire extinguisher under any circumstance because this tank will burn. It will burn just like the Challenger if it gets hit in the engine, and you don't want to die from burning. Retrofits. So your armor retrofit, just make its hit points as high as possible. So hull reinforcement 3. Preferred retrofit or whichever hull reinforcement you have. The other retrofits, fire, 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 fire. Thermal sleeve, higher rate of fire. Enhanced shell materials, higher rate of fire, better moving accuracy. Augmented breech lock, higher rate of fire. And when the circle is at its biggest, your accuracy is not decreased as much, which means fire on the move. So, fire on the move, fire on the move, fire on the move. Fire as fast as possible. This tank will just hurl out shells. Shell after shell after shell after shell. As a matter of fact, my M1A2 right now has a reload time when I equip Freya as a commander. You're going to love this. Of I believe it goes down to 4.9 when the loader skill kicks in. 4.9. This thing can literally fire its entire ammunition rack in about in just over 3 minutes. Same thing with this one. At about 3-minute mark, you're probably going to have fired every round you have in the rack. And that's what you want. You want to just be able to dump shells at people. So one person pokes, you make them pay. Next person pokes, you make them pay. Next person pokes, you make them pay. Over and over again. And you want to do it from a hull down position. Because, let's face it, most of your weak points are below the gun. Your turret ring, your driver port, this main plate here, that's all below the gun. Other than that, they have partial pen points to look at. See where this is going. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at some gameplay, both PvP and PvE. I assure you, it will be some fun and interesting times with Fiaura. The PvP gameplay is, of course, taken directly from the live stream. It's a live stream highlight for you guys. That's why the live streams don't go up anymore after they're done. It's because I want to give you guys highlights. I don't want to give you guys 6 hours of stream to have to filter through to find the good parts. So, I'm going to be stepping into some PvE and some PvP. Let's go do it.
Still wish they'd fix the model on this thing. It looks so stupid.
New name for the T-72A, slow. I could have told you that.
Five challenges on the enemy team.
Yeah, Deviant, I'm really wondering why all of the premium tanks are so freaking powerful. Like, the VFM needs a serious armor nerf, or needs to be turned into a main battle tank. Do you want to push north, middle, or south?
Affirmative. Gunner, scan for target.
Affirmative.
I don't know.
Driver, move out.
Looks like we got a lot of guys going at the top, so maybe middle or south.
They have a lot of challengers.
Yeah.
I hadn't even made contact with him yet on my screen, and it already did ram damage. Okay.
Identify target.
Hostile tank.
Yeah, they seriously need to sort out the random damage in you. Right, got a hit on Weasel. Challenger coming up on our left.
We're hit.
Ammo up.
See if these guys left their flank open or not. I'm gonna see if these guys. Ah, shit, I'm spotted.
Identify.
Hostile tank.
Of course, my round full zone goes in the dirt.
Nailed on.
Identify.
Hostile tank.
Wow, that is
Oh,
a
there's a
camping
2AV
challenger
behind
if I've ever seen one. Of course, there's a challenger that's somehow gotten into our base. I'm not even kidding.
Identify target.
Hostile tank.
Turn around!
Yeah, I've had to turn around and go and deal with. There's also a Leopard 2
Turn!
behind us, or behind where I
Your
was.
hull traverse is atrocious. I want you to know that. I thought the T-72 would have issues. This thing is just slow. I think it has the upgraded engine. I'm gonna eat a shell.
Smoke grenade out.
Identify target.
Hostile tank.
Yes, they nailed us.
Direct hit.
Hopefully moving behind those challenges that went through our cap zone and give them some freedom.
Target down. Crash damage.
It's cute how you're hanging way back there where I can't see you.
Enemy destroyed.
Identify.
Hostile tank. We're submerged. We're submerged. We're submerged.
I'm done. Unfortunately, there was a weasel as well.
We're taking on water.
I'm sorry.
Taking on water.
Penetrate. We're submerged.
While this game finishes, I'm just going to go and get something to drink and that. I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so.
Okay. Come on, don't you drown on me? Thank you. Don't you drown on me.
Identify target.
Hostile tank. Target eliminated. Ammo up.
I thought the Challenger was slow. This thing is sluggish as hell.
Identify target.
Hostile truck.
They nailed us.
They're immobilized.
We're hit. We're on fire. Put it out.
The engine's weak. All right, engine up. Crash out. Target eliminated.
They nailed us. Identify
God bless! I wish you would learn what a push is, Challenger, for shit's sake! I swear to you, that's ridiculous. You sat there and just sat there and just sat there, and I got hammered because your ass doesn't understand how to flank.
Loader, heat.
Go! What the hell? Your top speed is 60. You're never gonna freaking reach it. That's for damn sure.
Target hit.
Loader, squad. Load Sabo.
God, look at this. This thing is slow. The T-72 is faster than you. This is ridiculously bad. I hope that your engine isn't upgraded, because if it is, this is terrible. Look at this. I can't get this thing to keep up at 30. Now, what am I talking about? It's barely doing 20. If you weren't so slow, we would not have taken near as many hits. That's for sure. My E100 moves faster than this. I mean that in all seriousness. My E100 in World of Tanks turns and goes faster than this. God. People wonder why I say the Abrams is a terrible tank. Well, here's your answer. It was not born with the virtue of speed at all. Is that his front? That's his front. Not that it matters. I know, Wovian, but seriously. Tank is slow. I mean, epically slow. Tell me that is not your upgrade. Oh my god, that is your upgraded engine. This tank will never, ever do 72 kph. It's not gonna happen. Like, it just won't do it. Sorry. Nope. So, M1 Abrams. Alright guys, so as promised, we're gonna be doing some, PvE combat here. I hope you guys enjoyed the PvP session. But we're gonna move out and do some, well, massacring of the bots. And I'm gonna be talking about how I keep this thing hold down and how I maneuver this thing and why I'm doing certain things. I hope I remember to actually spell it all out for you. If I don't, then you know you need to let me know. Or you need to ask why I did certain things, go right ahead and I will totally give you an answer in the comments below. In the meantime, I got a Striker with me, I got a T90, I got an Ariete, and I got a Leopard 2. Now look at how hard it is to turn this thing. I'm holding the turn the entire time, and that is how unresponsive this thing's hull is. And you'll notice I'm barely getting it up to 30, 32, and then dropping speed as soon as I start to try to turn. I told you it's slow. Ah, I guess all that fire on the move stuff sometimes doesn't work for me. Got him. Did one of our guys just explode? No. Eat it. Huh. That don't work. Alright, Superior Leopard 2. Come on, load the gun. Load the gun. I know you load it faster than that. Come on. Really? I did mention this thing has relatively low pen. I mean, the Challenger was beating it on pen. That's saying something. I'll put it back up before he pins that lower plate. T90 MS. That is not okay. I know how to pin you, it's just that your weak points are the size of pixels. I will, however, shoot the warrior. Well, I can keep him tracked at least. And just keep dumping shells. Now, when you get the crew fully trained up in this thing, you're looking at about a 4.7, 4.8 reload, at least right now in the current 0.12 patch. It's like turning a boat. Stay that hold down position. Gotcha, Commando. What up? No, I haven't done a lot of damage or gotten any kills. They've all been stolen by the higher tier vehicles. Something I do not appreciate, that you guys are camping in the back and we're spotting for you and you're taking all the damage and kills. Just so you know there, Ariete and Striker.
Get ready to cross the river.
I'm not impressed with this machine at all, both in real life and in game. It does not impress me. Not when it has to face stuff like the T90 on a regular basis, and you just saw it just wipe that already piece out with twice my damage roll. And look at how this thing is slow. I mean, slow out. I'm trying to go over here to go after this Artie, and it's just slow, and it is not. And the alpha damage on it is pathetic. I mean, it's pathetically bad. And all my American viewers are going, but the Abrams is a great tank. No, not really. It's a tank, I'll give it that. But in comparison to my other options, I'll probably take my other options. First kill, finally. And not for lack of trying. Did not pin the side of a Ramco. Yep. That's the Abrams for you. Got no shot. There's a shot. Ah! Yeah, point. It's supposed to be the most accurate out of the MBTs, but as you guys keep seeing, I keep missing the shots. It ain't the most accurate of the MBTs, that's for sure, at tier 7. Its accuracy spread might be 0.09, but it sure does go to that point, that 0.09 as often as possible. It's not like the T80 and the T90 where I just drive around. I don't aim. I auto aim and just fire, and it goes right to the target and slaps it. That might also be because the T80 and T90 have vastly superior penetration, and that is probably part of the problem with the Abrams, is that it doesn't pack that wallop, that punch that the 120 mil guns and the 125 mils that they just throw out. And it's just something you have to live with. And you're not terribly concerned, as you guys can see, with just missing one shot. You're going to get another one. Like, you're going to get repeated shots. So if you mess up one, well, you're not concerned. As you can see from me tearing apart this Terminator. Leopard 2A6 I am kind of worried about. Hello, full pen. I think I'm getting him through the back of his turret roof. Ooh! Ammo rack. Hello, my predecessor. My prototype tank there. How are you? Wasn't talking to you, VFM. Yeah, see, it reads green and then ricochet. And I'm almost out of Sabo. And this is my last Sabo. You gonna come up here and dig me out? Huh? Wow, that was... Oh, this is HE. I want heat. Oh, shit. Shit! You know, in spite of all the movement, increased aim equipment, you still miss on the move. I'm probably dead. My team has failed to come over here and help me with this secondary objective. So, yeah. No, I just took all the hits that I could possibly take. I have no more hit points. I think this is going to be one of those fail teams, or one of those teams that we don't get the secondary done with, because they're not paying any attention to it. And the T90 and the Ariete are shredded already before they even came over here. Hey, Challenger, I'm going to shoot you in the arse. Is that okay? It is. Okay. And yes, you have every single match. You may as well go ahead and count for this tank in PvE. You're going to use the resupply kit. You're going to run out of bullets. It's just fact. You were just going to run out of bullets. Whew. Nope. Cover up. Cover up. Turn, you big beast. I'm not even pressing forward and you're still turning that slow. Got him. Turn around.
I just received word they had coordinates to some of our convoys and supplies on those two.
Ricochet. Well, again, you're not really concerned with that one round bouncing unless it's, you know, the critical round is different than life and death. You're much more concerned with, you know, bouncing 3 or 4 rounds. Yeah, this is one of those teams that isn't paying very much attention. Whew, I'm lucky you didn't pin that lower plate. You can see that lower plate even to another Abrams is yellow. Right through his lower plate. From another Abrams.
Well done,
Yeah.
Black Company. You helped avert a major national disaster.
And that was an upgraded M1 Abrams. That tank is technically better than a player's tank. So we'll see how it did. Not bad. Second highest damage. Also got target as the low tier tank. That's always encouraging. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And this is also my official shout out video to Preditor, who came out and platooned with me on the live stream and was actually a pretty good tanker. So shout out to him and his channel. But in the meantime, that's going to be it, guys. So if you did like the video, please hit the like button. If you would like to see more stuff by Fiaura, subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you can do so through Patreon or by clicking on the ad at the end of the video. And here is the previous Armored Warfare video right there for you guys to go check out. I think that's about it. In the meantime, from my house to yours, this is Fiaura officially signing out for right now, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye, guys. That in quotes for you because I'm going to state something rather interesting here in a second. Traverse of the turrets. Centauro's a little quicker. Hull traverse, they're both wheeled vehicles. The hull traverse on these things is absolutely god-awful horrific. Reload time. Even with all the reload upgrades, the Centauro still takes slightly longer to reload. The LAV is slightly more accurate, and the LAV aims quicker. Now, let's get into what I think of their capabilities so far. So far, the Centauro definitely feels like it has enough armor to block some of the tier 6 AFV rounds because of the angle and the steel. Some, not very many. Whereas the LAV 600, you get shot, doesn't matter what you shoot it with, it hurts. Hurts a lot. The LAV